Hi there, my name is Chrissy and this is another episode of Galaxy Gardens. This is part 2 and the final part of making beef tallow and duck prosciutto. As a spoiler alert, the duck prosciutto came out fantastic. So I'm going to show you what it looks like and how it did in just like a week and a half's time. And we're also going to be processing the beef tallow a little bit more and making a hand balm with it and mixing it with an infused oil. So that's also going to be pretty sweet. So let's go check it out and see if it's something you want to make at home too.
No. Good boy. Look at you. Aw. Good job, buddy. Same stream. Very pretty. It's been about a week since we started our duck prosciutto. I already gave everything a look over. No mold or anything. And we're waiting for them to lose about 30% of their moisture content. There you go. All right, so we started, oh goodness, I think it was 427 or 472 grams. Let's see where we're at right now. So we get that zeroed. We're currently at 356. I just checked the other video. It is 472. So they are about, lost about a quarter of their initial mass. So we're gonna leave this, put it back in the fridge, get it set up. We're gonna leave it for a few more days and see if we can get that to 30% gone. Our target weight for these duck breasts are about 330 grams total when it's done. I think one of them seems to be more dry than the other one, but we'll give it a few more days. If it gets, you know, over 30% loss, that's fine. It's gonna be a little more dried out, but I'm super impatient and I really wanna try it. And I don't think we're at an expertise place yet where we can kind of let it age for a couple months. I'm just gonna do it quick. And if it goes well, I'll have a new thing I can make for the holidays. Hey, so we're a few days out from where we last weighed the duck prosciutto. I think it's gonna be ready today, so I'm gonna go grab it out of the fridge. We're gonna go weigh it again. Hopefully we'll get to about 330 grams. Oh, Mr. Charlie's gonna help me. Mr. Not supposed to be jumping up on people, Charlie. Huh? All right, we're going down. Okay. He's gonna help us check it out too. We got everything here, so let's turn this on. A little container here, zero that out. I really hope today's the day. I really want to try it. Oh, no way. Yay! 326 grams. That means we've lost just over 30% of its density. I'm so excited. All right, I'm cutting one of these open. Let me go get my camera stand. I honed a knife just for this and I didn't know which one I wanted to do. So I think I'm gonna put this one to the side. I've seen people just cut it from the fat side. You're just gonna cut it really, oh man, really, really thin. Oh my goodness. Oh my, look at that. Oh no, oh, I'm so excited to try this. I hope it's good. I've never had this. I've seen it over the years. It's something I've wanted to try probably for several years now. Oh my goodness, hold on. Do you see this? It's perfect. Charlie really wants some. Oh my That's awesome. This is that same piece, so we're gonna do a live. Taste test. Oh my God. Oh. That. Holy cow. That is really good. It's like, I think I didn't need to put any salt at all in the dry rub that we put on the fatty part, but bro. It tastes like really good prosciutto. And it's definitely a bit thicker than you would want for prosciutto, but wow. Oh my God, this is so good. That is really, really good. Oh, I'm definitely making this again because this is definitely not gonna last till Christmas. But I have enough time to make another batch before Christmas. Oh my goodness. It's probably a little bit more salty than you would want. I really like things that are salty. I like salty stuff. So I think next time I do the dry rub, I'm not gonna put any salt on that. But the meat is so tender and very flavorful. The meat itself is not salty, it's just the fat soaked it up on the outside. But holy cow, dude. You need to make this. You need to make this. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up. Can you see this? I'm gonna spin the camera around. It's so flipping good. Wow, I'm really glad I did the sumac and black pepper. I'm so impressed with this. Okay, let me turn this around. I want to give you a close-up of what the breast looks like now that I've sliced it. I'm definitely making this again. I love when I can do things just in our fridge. I don't have to buy any extra equipment. That's what I like to show everyone on this channel. You don't need a ton of equipment to make good things. Use your harvest. If you're like a duck hunter, you want to try this out. Super easy to do. You don't even need to use the curing salt. Let's see if I can find it. I think I put it in the other cabinet. Oh yeah, it's definitely in the other cabinet, but you don't even need to use that curing salt. That has nitrates in it, so if you're avoiding nitrates, just use the straight kosher salt. Oh, I might put the sumac in the salt cure next time. I love sumac. It's not citric acid, it's a tartic acid, so it has the same like puckery flavor like lemons have, and that just goes fantastic with the duck and the black pepper. All right, let me turn this around. I'm like so impressed right now. So here's a close-up, and it's like it has its own marbling. This is so, oh goodness. This is so good. So when you make this at home, your goal is to lose 30% of the weight, which is mostly water weight. And at that point, it's cured. You do your initial salt cure. I don't know what other fowl you can do this with. I just know because duck is a dark meat, you can. But I want to do some experimenting. You can already see the fat just melting at room temperature here. You can see the flavors that's saturated in. Phenomenal. This is really, really good. Mr. Charlie was such a good little helper. He gets a tiny piece of duck that does not have salt on it. He gets to enjoy it too. Look at that sweet face. Look at that mug. All right, to be continued. Say goodbye, Charlie. Happy Sunday. It's finally time. We're gonna do something with the tallow. So I got my coffee,
I just made some bagels. I did check the tallow and it is still a little bit beefy. So because it's early enough, I'm gonna try something out to get a little bit more of that beef smell out so it's not in the lotion we're making. We're gonna use some baking soda. So let me go grab everything. We're gonna go put it on the stove and I'll be right back. Can you see me okay? So we have about 4 or 5 cups worth of tallow here, and I wanna make a bunch of hand lotion. So just opening it up. It's still a little bit beefy. It's not bad. I've seen people do wet rendering. Oh, this one's even less. So this one deodorized it a little bit. So I've seen people do wet rendering, and that's where you add like salt and water into your crock pot instead of what I did, which is called dry rendering. I don't like it. It's just a bunch of effort. And usually you just use it for cooking. I don't mind a little bit of a beefy smell for cooking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to melt those down in my pot here, and then add a mix of water and baking soda, and we're gonna just cook it together for a little bit, and I'm gonna throw it outside, and the water and baking soda mixture should separate from the tallow as it cools. So fingers crossed, let's see if it works.
We got our tallow. I forgot how firm it sets up, so I'm just gonna get a knife here and do my best to get it out. I'm just gonna put it in here and melt it down, and then we're gonna mix it with about a couple cups of water and about a third of a cup of baking soda. So I'll be right back. Here's a pro tip for you. You can't get the rest out of the jar, just throw it in the microwave. It'll melt right down. You can see here, I've had this on for like 30 seconds. It's already melting down. Ta-da! All right, this is very hot, so I'm actually gonna put it down, but it's not easy. While I have that melting down, let's do the baking soda. So really just third of a cup. Whenever I see baking soda, I think of Fatty Wap. Okay, here you go. So, I'm gonna put that in there. We're gonna stir it up and dissolve it. And we're gonna add it to the tallow. So easy. Oh man, look how golden that is. Now over here it looks darker brown. That's just because my actual pot's a little discolored. But the tallow is this perfect golden. Now if you weren't making a hand cream with it, this is perfect for like frying goods. Oh man, some potatoes cooked up in this right now. Whew. That'd be really good. All right, we got this melted down. It's not boiling or anything. I'm gonna add in our baking soda mixture. I hope this works. It should be okay. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it just looks like melted butter. All right. I'm gonna check my notes. I'll tell you what we're doing next. It's been about a minute, and this is what we have. So we're gonna put it on low. It's recommended to put it on low and do this for 8 hours. I do not have time for that. I wanna get everything done today. The actual lotion part's gonna be super fast. Like, just making sure you have a good deodorized product is important. But I'm not waiting 8 hours for that. I'll give this like, I don't know, 2 hours. And definitely gonna turn this low. It's on like medium-high heat right now, and it's just super frothy. So we're gonna do that, then we're gonna cool it down. Once we cool it down, we'll separate the water and tallow layer, heat up the tallow again, filter it, and then we'll use it to make a balm. I learned something this morning. use a bigger pot because I need to take that out because it's going to overflow. So I'm going to go get a different pot for that, or hopefully now that it's been reacting, it won't overflow again. Gotta say, did not expect that. It is working though, because it's already noticeably less beefy smelling. So I'm very curious how this is gonna come out. It's been about an hour, so we're gonna go ahead and check on the tallow and see how it's doing. Looks like it's calmed down a bit. The baking soda's made itself its own layer. You can see the tallow underneath. It's doing okay. There's been a decrease in the beef smell, so I'm gonna give it that credit. I can understand why it would be recommended to do this for many, many hours. I'm just gonna give it another hour, see how it does. And I did take everything and put it back in here. It's just reduced. But yeah, keep this on low. Don't let it heat up because it'll bubble. It's officially been a couple hours, so I'm bringing everything outside to cool down so we can get the rest of the process going. All I did was dump the mixture into this container. I got some snow last night, so I'm gonna pack some snow around it so it cools down as fast as possible. And then I got a lid so nothing falls in here. So I'm gonna check on this on like an hour and see how it's doing. And then from there, we'll go ahead, heat it up again, filter it, and then start making some hand balm. I'd say that looks pretty good. I bet that's gonna cool down pretty fast. It's been about an hour, so I went to check on this and I just jostled it a little bit. It looks like the bottom half up is solidified, and just the top now needs to finish solidifying, so I'm just gonna leave that. Yeah, I'm just gonna not even touch anything. My hand's clean, by the way, so let's give this a little bit more time and we'll come back to it. But meanwhile, let's go start making some infused oil. We're gonna do a pretty simple combination today. We're gonna be doing calendula, Mexican mint marigold, and I might throw a couple other things in there. We're basically just gonna heat up the olive oil. We're using about a quarter as much olive oil to the tallow we're using, so about 4 or 5 cups. I want a cup and a quarter or so of olive oil. So we're gonna heat that up, and then we're gonna pour it over our herbs, let it sit at least like 20-30 minutes, and then we're gonna filter it out. We have a few flowers here. We have calendula, rose, lilac, peach blossom, and Mexican mint marigold. So I threw a little bit in, and the oil's still a bit hot, so we're gonna wait for it to cool a little bit, and then we're gonna put a little bit of everything in there. I'm gonna do what feels right. It's only like a cup of oil, so you don't need too much, and then we'll let it sit and infuse. And to be quite honest with you, I think taking this out and letting it cool down was a waste of time because it didn't really make, like the layers weren't really noticeable from each other. So I'm just gonna scoop the baking soda off the top and we're gonna filter it again. Hey, but to live and learn. I do this, so you don't have to. Now you know, just skim it off the top. I added everything in, and this is so fragrant now. So I'm gonna leave this for about 30 minutes. And then I'm just filtering this out again, so that's gonna take probably about the same amount of time. We'll be ready to mix it together. All in all, I'd say things are going pretty well. I think we're gonna get 5, maybe 6 pint jars out of this, and it's gonna smell really good. The baking soda did a really good job of deodorizing it, so there's like no smell anymore. And I was surprised because everything I've read said if you do the wet rendering several times, that's the best way to get rid of it. But we did dry rendering and just a little bit of baking soda and it was fine. And then the flowers they have in the olive oil are very fragrant because it just all came out when they hit the oil.
So we're gonna filter that out in just a moment and start filling our jars. It's the time we've been waiting for. Everything's ready to go. Our tallow here is melted. We have our olive oil, which has been infused with flowers. We're gonna mix it together. All right, let's make sure to get all of that out of here. Perfect. Now all that's left to do is just give this a little mix. We're not doing a whipped balm. We're not gonna whip the tallow after it cools down. We're just gonna put it in these clean and sterile jars. Now it's all mixed together, and we're gonna call it a day. All right. Looks good. Let me get my, let me get my funnel. Well, we have 5 full jars and almost a full 6 jars. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let all 5 of them that are full just cool down on their own. And then the 6th one, I think I'm gonna toss that in the fridge and see if we can get some use out of it before the other ones. All we're doing right now is playing the waiting game and waiting for the tallow balm to set. We're gonna try it out and we're gonna wrap up for today. This is the 6th jar that wasn't full. I put it in the fridge and it's set up very nicely. So I want to try it. You can see where I poked it before it's set. Well, it's got a really, really nice texture. Yeah. Don't put this in the fridge. I think I made it too hard. Because at room temperature, tallow is firm, but olive oil is a liquid. So that's what makes it soft at room temperature. But when you put olive oil in the fridge, olive oil sets, so. Look at that. Nice. No beef smell. And you don't really smell the infused oil either. I think the scents from those dried flowers really helped. But goes on really smooth, does not feel greasy. I thought it might be a little greasy, although I think Charlie might come over and try to eat it off my arms because he likes the tallow. This came out good. I've seen people do this and they put in essential oils. I still don't know if you're supposed to put essential oils directly on your skin. Yep, there he is. Hi. No. I know you want this. I know. This is technically entirely edible. It probably won't taste good because I put the baking soda mixture in the tallow. I don't know if that's going to change it, but yeah, I've seen people put essential oils in this instead. Sir, get a grip. Instead of making an infused oil. I don't know. I don't even have any essential oils in my house, so I don't know enough about it. But that's it. That's all she wrote. Thanks for joining me for another episode today. I hope you make this balm at home. It's great. It's really hydrating. I have a dog here. Hello. He's saying hi. He's such a good guy. But we're definitely making duck prosciutto again. I already bought some more duck breast to do that with. And although the Epic Gardening sale is over, you can still get 5% off if you use our discount code Galaxy Gardens. Greg got me some Birdie's raised beds for Christmas, and he spent so much. We got our durable dog chew proof seed starting supplies, so I'm really excited to use those in the spring. Mr. Charlie, you gonna say bye to everybody? He's such a good boy. Aww. I hope you stay well and that you and your family have a great holiday season. We'll be back soon with another video. Bye. Coming back. And who do I see? Charlie.
Good boy. Good boy. It's specifically for dogs. Oh.